Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com, and I'm in Topeka, Kansas, up on Burnett's Mound. It's a big old high spot, and as I was talking, I made a video talking about when I was up on top. I'm down on the side. It's one of the paths they got running around down here, and I was thinking, I mentioned shelters, and that's because I'm thinking, maybe y'all don't realize we've got a lot of fallout shelters from the Cold War years. During the Cold War, after I think it would be after World War II, on up into probably the mid '60s. So probably about 20 years. Um, there was always a chance there could be some kind of nuclear attack, and and so what they did, they built these fallout shelters, and I'm a small town guy. This, like I say, Topeka is 150,000, and I was born and raised here, but I got out of here as soon as I could because I kept getting in trouble. Uh, but so I've been mainly in small towns, and a lot of the small towns that I went in when I was younger, they had these fallout shelters, and some of them would be on Main Street. Those are the ones that I remember. I mean, the whole Main Street was just nothing but a big tunnel, and then they put the town on top of it. And they, in these fallout shelters, they've got all the gear for radiation, checking radiation, stuff like that. They got a lot of food. They got weapons. They got blankets. I mean, they got lots of stuff. Water. Some water. I don't think it's going to be any good now. I don't even know where all these places are, and that's why I thought I'd make this video, because I bet you there's a lot of them that people don't realize there are. One, I know in one small town I was at, the bank was downtown, and we had meetings on the second, the basement. Yeah. Hello. Hello. How y'all doing? Okay, good, good. Uh-oh. Hey. And so we had meetings in the basement. And in the basement, there was one door that nobody ever went through. And I belonged to the sheriff department at that time, and I did. I went in that door, and that took us to the main door of the fallout shelter. Good girl, stay. And so we stayed at. So I went in, and they had guns, and they had all the stuff that I was talking about. and let's see, at that time, God, I guess it'd been 20 years, been down there for 20 years or more. The stuff that was down there, so it was down there, and not only I didn't know that place was there, but a lot of people didn't know. But somebody in the sheriff department knew, and that's why went in there. And but I'm saying this because you might check to see in your community if they got any fallout shelters, because the fallout shelters, like I say, will have all the equipment that's going to be needing as a community to take care of the community. They need all this kind of stuff, so that's something you might want to check out and see. And but it's in the old days, as a nation, we prepared. We took care of ourselves, and we did a lot of stuff. This, I don't see this anymore. Not at all. Like I say, I'm out in the country, so a lot of the country folk, most of the country folk are going to be more conservative kind of people. I mean, we're more reality. They deal with reality. Because, like I say, in the country, you got to deal with all your problems. You have to deal with it. You don't dial 911 because, it's going to take forever to get out there. So you have to do things for yourself. And this might be something that you might want to check in, is the fallout shelters, and see if it's something that, I don't know. I've never even heard of even sales if they're going to auction off the stuff down there. I haven't heard nothing about that stuff. So maybe I'm just, BSing. I mean, maybe this stuff has been taken out through the years. I don't know. This Mike, NoStressMike.com.